Hello everybody, welcome, my name is Rubydung, welcome to today's episode. As you can see, I'm over here in the Nether. That is because I am doing some needed transport. Because I've gotten a lot of stone recently, and I hope to be continuously getting more of that stuff because I want to begin mining more often between episodes. I think it's about time to actually begin starting on the warehouse project. So around this area, if you don't remember, this will be where the actual main warehouse project will be. So I just need to begin storing up certain chests here, not certain chests, but a chest here of stone I've been collecting. So I'm just going to be shifting over and getting a lot of the stone deposited into here. However, this is when we have to ask a very important question. How much stone am I going to need? Well, it would be back to the Wall of Answers. Woo! Love this place. This quickly became the theoretical place for the warehouse because the warehouse project has yet to have any work actually done on it, but hopefully that'll change this episode. But now I can actually calculate how big I'm needing to actually make this area. So, with the actual needed items, I need to calculate for 12,563 items. So that's presuming that number of chests, like one double chest per an item, not presuming bulk, in which case I actually have a system just for that, in which case it's going to be increasing the amount of logs drastically. Well, I want to separate that number of items into sections, because I will be doing two different ways of organization for this system. I will be organizing the system based on the older version items, so instead of this being done alphabetically, this will be done alphabetically and by when the item was added to the game. So the first items that will be added to the system will be cobblestone, dirt, things like that. Things that are really added. Then recent ones will be things like, oh man, what was added recently? I can't even remember. So many things were added. It's been weeks since they all were. But yeah, things will be added as of the last updates. Well, I'll be dividing that into sections of 10 once again. So there will be 10 sections, and in each of those sections, it will be organized based off the updates. Well, what are the 10 sections? Because I have this divided by 10. Well, this is to help me determine the area. Well, divided by 10, the 10 sections will be bulk blocks, bulk items, normal blocks, normal items, unstackable blocks, unstackable items, low blocks, and low items. Well, what does that all mean? By the way, we're doubling up on bulk because bulk is bulk, so we should double up. Actually, I believe I should also be doubling up on normal, so it's either I'm going to be doubling up on bulk or doubling up on normal. Simply because either I'll just put more chests in the bulk or normal, so that way I can cover a larger area. Let's sleep. Well, what are examples of some of the items that will be used for that? Well, cobblestone will be a bulk block, for obvious reasons. Because you get a lot of cobblestone, you need to store it somewhere, that is a bulk block. Bulk items, that'll be saplings, because for a sapling, we get a large amount of those from farms. I build up quite a bit of those. That is a farmable resource, we build up a lot of that. So that will be put in a bulk storage. Normal blocks. That will be things like glass. We will not very often fill up an entire chest with glass. If we do, we'll fill up it and maybe like half a chest at most. We'll not be filling up multiple chests of cobble. Or we'll be filling up multiple chests of cobble. Like, we'll probably have like 8 chests of cobble. That's a very achievable thing. However, for glass, we shouldn't be having any more than a double chest. Like, any more than that, that's a bit overkill. Same thing goes for bread. We should not be having more than a double chest of bread. We can easily do that, but it's not something that we'll often do. So, that'll be going into a more normal item system. Unstackable. Unstackable blocks, that's going to be things like doors. So, signs, doors, cakes, things like that. Where you can only have one in the slot. So, we'll need to be having a lot of chests just for that area. However, we won't need very many chests for them. Same goes for unstackable items. Those are going to be things like pickaxes, shovels, helmets, chest plates, things like that. All the tools, basically. I only think there's like 1 or 2 items that fall into the unstackable category, in which case is going to be things like maps for items. Then we have low blocks. Those are going to be things like dispensers. It is annoying and hard to craft a dispenser, so it will be extraordinarily rare for us to have any more than a double chest. We will never have a double chest of dispensers. It's just not a thing that will ever exist. Same thing goes for items, clocks. There is no reason for me to spend any of my gold making a clock. Clocks have very little use. I carry 1 in my inventory. That is all I need. At most, I will have 2 clocks. 1 on me for my inventory, 1 spare sitting around. That is the most that I will ever need in terms of those types of items. So, it'll be going from most often to normalized amount to specialized storage, because these ones will basically need to be stored specially. Another low item stackable one will need to be things like buckets, so that's another thing to keep in mind. Then, low blocks, and that will presumably just be like a single stack of an item at most. So, things like that will be going there. Now, there is other categories that will need to be situated for. So, for example, diamonds will probably wind up going here in the low storage, while iron will probably go here in the normal. However, if this iron farm works on the scale that I'm wanting it to, I might have to upgrade it to bulk. So, if the item is capable of being farmed, I might just automatically put it in bulk, regardless of how much I actually have. In the event it is capable of being farmed, I should be putting it in bulk. That's my hope. But, just in case that's not possible, it'll be going in normal. If it is crafting, like if I have to craft the item, then it goes into low, just to give a scale of ideas of what this will be talking about. Now let's actually talk about the size of this warehouse. So, in the event we will need to we need to accommodate for this many items. Each item is going to have its own chest, at least. So, we need to accommodate for that number of items. Take that, divide that by 10, because we'll be separating this across 10 different sections. We will be having to worry about 1,256.3 items per a section. So there will be 1,000 items in bulk blocks, 1,200 items in bulk blocks, 12,000 items in bulk items, 12,000 in normal blocks, so on and so forth. Obviously, we may double up on bulk or normal. That depends. I'm going to play that one a little bit more by ear after we build the system. But yeah. Then, from that number, we'll have to break that down. We will be raising it to the power of 0.5. That is a square root for any of those who are unaware. So we will be raising that to the power of 0.5, in which case it is going to return 35.4. So I'm going to round that up to 36. So, if we build a 36 by 36 chest area, that will be a single section. So, how are we going to lay out those sections? Because we'll be having a 36 by 36 amount of chests. So, double chests, in case you're curious. So, each section is going to be longer than it is wide. However, we will also need to accommodate for walking space, so that should equal out. So, that is going to be approximately what we're doing. In case anyone is curious how the thing is actually probably going to look, it'll probably be double chest, 2-way for walking, double chest. Then double chest, 2-way for walking, double chest. Something like that. And then we might have like a column here in the middle so we can break up the double chests. But that is approximately what we should be doing. So, how are we going to actually lay out the foundation of the warehouse? Boom, like this. So, this is my hope for how I'm going to be handling the warehouse. Every block stacked on top of another one is a floor. Every block adjacent is adjacent sections. So, from this, we can see that I have it laid out in 2 dimensions. It will primarily be like this, but I will be extending it like this. These sections might swap depending on what this back here will be. But as we can see, I have it driven down a line here in the middle. Blocks will be on this side, items will be on this side, except for the middle here, this will be the unstackables. The entrance will be there should be 3 entrances. I want 1 for blocks, 1 for unstackables, 1 for standard items. All of these will be on their own floor, and they will be at most needed for accessibility to least. So, bulk blocks, those are probably going to be the ones that are coming in and out the most. So those will be here at the bottom floor. So when I walk in, I can immediately access the bulk. Then normal, we'll probably have to access those quite often, but not as much as bulk. Then low, we will never enter the low section. Low section will exist for the purposes of having proper storage for the low section. Then we have the main unstackables. These are basically just going to be you can tell what an unstackable is. I have mostly unstackables here in my inventory. I have the pickaxe, the axe, the buckets. Yeah, that should be all for it for the unstackables. Like we talk here about the actual inventory. So, all of these items that I just showed off there will be going into items. None of the items in my inventory will be going into unstackable blocks. In other terms, the watermelons I have in my inventory, that should be going into bulk. Things like torches, I'll probably be going into normal. Then things like crafting table, that will go into low block. Just to give you an idea of what will be happening like that. Same will be going for the clock, that will be going in the low item. I will not be needing a lot of clocks. So, organizing it in that sense, we will be able to spread that across these multiple different things. Obviously the colors that I have here are just here to give you a representation in different ways to visualize this. We'll probably not be using these colors in the final version, but yeah, this is just here to help you visualize this. So this is going to be quite a tall build. So luckily they have recently buffed the build heights, but I don't think I'll be using that because this is only going to be a 3-story build. And what I currently plan, this is the idea that I have for the actual storage. So, as you can see here as I go down it, this is what I will be having. Imagine this extended for the whole thing. This is what I'm planning for the very bottom layer, for bulk. So, we'll be having a whole bunch of chests, 5 chests for 1 item. So that way when we go into the system, we can be like, oh, I have like 5 stacks of cobble. Boom, go into the chest, dump all of that into there. So, then, we can just have that stacked up to 5 times, then the next one over will be, like, stone or something. So, cobble, then stone, then, like, dirt, going on so forth. But, this is going to be for bulk. Next one is normal. This is going to be 4 chests. So, that way, we have a little bit of leeway. I was considering dropping this down to 3, but, yeah, like, we can probably do 3 and then 1 here, because that's probably going to be fine, like 5, 3, 1. But I want to keep it at 4 for this demonstration just for now, because we could do it that way. Like, let me just show you what I was thinking. But yeah, so it would be like that, then remove these last 2. But yeah, so this would be bulk, normal, then low. So we could either have 4 or 3 there. I'm debating. This would probably be the smart decision, because this will be a lot less wood intensive. But yeah. Either way, I also could do like that. Boom. That way I have the full example. So this is what it's going to look like for bulk. So one side here labeled, the other side here labeled. Then over here, this will be the second floor. This will be normal. So this will be what is storing all of the, like, standard blocks. So this will be putting things like glass, for example, or like maybe like bricks. So this will be where the normal stuff goes. Then, over here is where the low goes. So, like, this single chest, that's all we need for, like, crafting tables. Because we're never going to fill a double chest with crafting tables. So, this is what I'm hoping for. Then, we'll have a little bit of a 3-block thing. Then, the next row will begin. So, this is how it's going to be going. I'll have to label signs on the outside so I can tell the person going through what each of the aisle lanes are named. And also, these will be quite long. Each of these are going to be about 12 in length, maybe 6. I was also probably debating doing 6, because if we're going to have 36 per floor, we might have 6, then, 6, break, then 6, 6, do that, like, 4 times or something like that, or we might do 2 things of 6, so 12, then another 2 things of 6, break another 2 things of 6. And boom, that will be its own floor. So that way we can also keep this quite low, so we're not just having too many, the aisles being too long, and we get a label on what item is in each aisle. So this is my plan for doing that. Also, a little bit of another note, the floor here is not going to be full blocks. The floor here is going to be half blocks, so that way I can be very sparse with my lighting. Because if I can save on lighting, that will be great. But that is just the plan for right now. I do need to actually, let me grab some half blocks right here, make sure I actually can reach that 5th chest with standing on half blocks, because if I can't, that will be a problem, but I can jump. Jumping is fully within my arsenal of capabilities. Yeah, here we go, here are some half blocks. Actually, let's grab the cobblestone half blocks, because I have a bunch more of those. But, yeah, let me just go down here and experiment with that very, very quickly. Alright, so just break out these blocks here, and boop, boop, and break out these last 2. Oh, nope, I want to break that, and boom. Yep, still can reach that top block. So, we'll be using half blocks for the floor here. So, let me tear down all of this, and I'm going to begin constructing the actual flooring. So here is what I have for the actual floor plan. So those aisles that aisle I just showed you, this is what each of one of these individual blocks will be representing. This will be representing one of those 6 long 2 chests on either side aisle. So chest here, long aisle. The one I just showed you, that'll be going for 6 chests long. One of these blocks represents one of those. Then each of these little breaks here will be representing a actual walkway, or in terms of this direction, it will be representing a 1 block separator between the chests, because the chests obviously can't be set next to one another. You need to have a break in between them. So this will be going 6 chests long, then 6 chests long, then there will be a break here. You may notice that there's a whole line of these. These are access ways, so this is a way that I can separate them even further, but also, like, this will be a line that I can easily be like, yo, here is the front side, so this is where we'll be putting the beginning versions, then second versions, then late versions. So that will be the separator for these. So the further it goes back, the older the updates. So this will be the beginning updates here, large separator, then next set of updates, separator, next set of updates. So this will be just basically an arbitrary divider, because I just want an arbitrary divider, because that way it will be able to, I can put that in my mind and be like, okay, it is between this divider and this divider, but also this is a place where I can put access ways, because I do need to actually consider access ways. So this will be where those are set. You can also notice at this point how long something like this will be, because every one of these sets, this will be significantly longer than it is to the side. Hence why you saw on that model, it looks so squished together. That is because each of those blocks should be significantly longer than it is wide. So each of these are only going to be approximately, with one of these blocks, it will only be about 2 wide, while these dividers here will be 3. So 2, 3, 2, 3. While this here should be 18 and 2. 18 and 2, or 18 and 3. I don't know which I'm going to go for. Probably actually 19 and 3, I think, because there's actually, yeah, it's supposed to be 19. So 19 and 3, 19 and 3, then the access ways are probably going to be, like, just 3 blocks, I'm guessing. Then 3, 18, like, going through that. So this is going to be very, very wide. So, I actually can do a little bit of math using this. Now let's talk about how big this actual building will be in total from the wall of answers. Back here again. So, each of the aisles, well, the total amount of aisle length, each aisle is going to be about 19 long, and there's going to be 6 of them per section. So that means every section in length will be 114 long. Every individual, just from the aisles. the lanes will add on. There will be a total. Each lane will be 3 in length. Then there will be a total of 7 of them, making 21 in addition to that. Then there will be breaks. The breaks will be 3 wide, will be 3 long. Then they'll have 2 in total. So that means there'll be 6 added to that, giving us a nice total of 146 in length for every single section. Then each of those aisles will be 2 wide, 6 of them again, so that'll be 12. Then we'll have a wall width, so that will be the chest, the wall breaking the chest, and the chest of 3. There'll be a total of 7 of those. So we will have a total of 21 for that. Then that will give us a nice total of 33. So from that, we're actually able to get the building width, because there will be 3 sections back to back to back for the width. That will give us a nice 99. Then there will only be 2 back there, back to back. Those will be the only ones that have it back to back for the building, so that will be a total of 282. It will actually be, for most of the building, 141. The only part that will not have that is the spares. So, that's actually a pretty close number, in case you guys don't know. But, in total, there will also be a height, in which case, floor 1 will be 7, so it will be the 5 chests plus 2, so 1 for the ground, 1 for the ceiling. 5, that will be the 3 chests, ground, ceiling, then 3, so that will be 1 chest, ground, ceiling. But that I am also adding a bit of numbers on there for extra air, because obviously there won't be a double ground and a double ceiling. So yeah, don't worry about that, but 15 should be our approximate number for that. So, for this actual building, if we build it just as a cube, we will be a 15 by 282 by 99 cube. So, let's begin building that. Okay, I've gone through and put in the outline for this, just to give you an idea of how big this area will be. This is the first corner, so this will be one corner. Then there is the opposing corner, so I'm running currently down the width of the building. So I should now be in unstackable. Then I believe now I am in bulk blocks. Now I'll be running down this. This will be the entirety of the bulk block section that should be housing the entirety of all future Minecraft items. Now, this is also just the first floor, and also this item place is going to be almost entirely chests, and I'm still running along it. So, this is going to be quite the big build, as you can already see. I'm still not even close to the end here, by the way. Let's eat a little bit of food, because I'm running out of hunger. It's running down the length of this building. It also unloads this place because of how big it is. But, yeah, this is quite the construction project, as you can already see. There it is right over there. That should be the other corner. So, quite the bit of progress I now need to be making just on this. A bit of sand got untouched. Can't jump. Jump it. No, I can't. Okay. But, yeah, guys. I now have to begin going through and putting in all of the half slabs for this. In which case, I am completely confident I do not have enough slabs for this. And this is only the first floor. I need to build another 2 after this. So this isn't even the first floor done. I need to put in multiple things for this. And also walls, because I do want this to actually be a contained building. I don't want it to just be open to the air. But either way, guys, as I'm running down the length of this building so I can be putting in the slabs. So, like, I just need to really just come along here and boop, 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 boop. Just do this for the entire length. But either way, guys, I need to begin doing all of this, and that's not something for today's episode. So, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Hopefully, I can work on either continue work on the warehouse or presumably move over to another project by the next episode, because that's going to be it for today's episode. So, I hope you enjoyed it. If you guys have any ideas for things you'd like to see me... Oh, no! Slabs! I have to sink all the way down to the bottom. If you guys have any ideas for things you would like to see me do with this project. If you have any ideas that I probably overlooked, because there's a good chance that I did the math incorrectly. So if you guys notice anything like that, then obviously I would like that pointed out so that way I can properly correct before I go too deep into this project. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode, because that's going to be it. See you in the next one. So long. Bye.